Welcome to the Eagle's Eye. I'm Brianna Wright, and I'm here with Rich Andrews and Cindy Saratory to talk about the Family Science and Invention Night. Hello, the two of you. It's so nice to have you.
Thank you for having us.
So, where is the Science Night that's going on?
It's going to be at the Greater Norristown Police Athletic League building, which is on Harding Boulevard in Norristown.
Okay, and when is it going to take place?
It's going to be Friday, the 20th of March, from 6:30 to 8 o'clock.
Okay, so can you explain a little bit about how the night's going to go?
Okay, we do a variety of activities. So we have activities on the main floor in the gym at the PAL Center and then on the lower level. So when families come in, they can choose to start wherever they want to. They wander around and they find what activities interest them, and the kids get active with them. They have a lot of hands-on opportunities.
Sounds nice. Who can all go?
Anybody can go. We target it for students kindergarten through 8th grade. But anyone can go. Families are encouraged to come. Students have to come with an adult, and high school and college students are eligible to help volunteer as well.
Okay, what are some of the experiments that the kids will be participating in?
Well, we've had some standards for the last 5 years that we've been doing this, where they play with bubbles and make huge bubbles. They also make Alka-Seltzer rockets and paper airplanes. And this year we have some new things. They have some catapults they're going to make with pieces of wood and some spoons and pom-poms, and see how far they can get them to fly. We also have some different activities involving static electricity, and they're going to make fingerprints and dust fingerprints, kind of a little CSI idea.
Sounds fun. How do you guys pick these different experiments?
We have a small committee of people who get some ideas. They explore around, go online, find different things that they think are of interest, and get the materials together.
Sounds nice. So who will be in charge of each station for the experiment?
Well, we have different volunteers who come to help that night. We have two coordinators, Maggie Hall and Liz Kilcullen, who've put the science activities together, and then we depend on volunteers. We have a number of college students who come from local colleges, and then we have adult volunteers as well from the community.
Okay, how do you choose the volunteers that actually help the kids with the experiment?
We take all volunteers.
Oh,
we are more than glad to have volunteers come, and whatever they feel comfortable with, they do. So we try to allow the volunteers to choose the activities that they feel most comfortable with.
Okay, so why is having a science night important?
Well, we think that it's good for the students to get a fun activity of science. Science can seem to be boring sometimes to students, and this shows them different science theories without the work. It's all fun. It's all hands-on, and it gives them an opportunity to go home and maybe explore a little bit more. So we're hoping that it's a springboard for some of the students to get more curious about why things work.
So how does it benefit the community?
Well, we think anything that we do that's of education benefits the families. This gives families an opportunity to grow with their child rather than sending them to school, because it's designed as a family night. It's designed for all the family to get involved. So we're hoping that parents go home and they try something later on at home and just have more fun with their children rather than doing separate activities.
So what do you hope to accomplish from doing the science night?
Well, the Science Night, again, is a fun opportunity for families to be together, and we just think that that is so important, that parents and children spend time together doing fun things, that it's not always homework or chores or things of that nature. 3 years ago, I believe it is, we entered in conjunction with Rich, who's involved with Inventions, and we now have the Science and Invention Night, and this is something relatively new. And he might be able to speak about some of the inventions that we're going to have. They are geared, I think, a little more towards older elementary, middle school students, but very hands-on again.
Okay, is there any different inventions that are that she mentioned that you would want to add to?
Well, there's some interesting ones. We have a gentleman that is the owner of Roman's Boat Works on Marshall Street, and he's an inventor of a product that takes emergency vehicles for the Montgomery County Emergency Management and deploys them on the river much faster. And it's a product he may be marketing to the greater, and he's right in our backyard. And we have another one we're showing, which is it's sort of a stick, almost looks like a pogo stick, but the way you lean on it, and it has these rubber, big rubber bands, and it makes your stomach disappear. It makes your stomach stronger. So it's an abdomen reducer. So that product should be there, so they can actually see it, and there's going to be paperwork to show how he thought to reach the point to go to the prototype stage.
Wow.
So that's going to be there, and then there's a lot of other interesting things. We have the American Helicopter and Education Museum is going to be there. They have of course, the helicopter focus, and she's going to show a little hovercraft that's going to be done there. And we're going to have a quadcopter. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they're these little four-winged helicopters with four rotors, and you can raise them up, and the kids might get a chance to fly them or to fly that. So that should be fun. And then we have a couple other interesting things. We're trying to offer the opportunity for the students to write their first musical composition. We have a musician there who has won a national award, and he's also a writer of 12 books. He used to work for Prevention magazine. And so he's going to teach the kids how to write a song, so maybe they can leave that night with an original song that they wrote.
That's nice.
And there's a few other things which will include, we're going to teach the students, if they haven't done it, how to write a computer program, how to set up a website in their name, and many other things. But one thing I would like to mention before I forget is it's called the Arduino Development Board. It's spelled Arduino.
Okay.
And if you go on the web and look up Arduino documentary, it'll show you how you can take this little teeny tiny board and create projects out of it, inventions. Say if you're an artist or a designer, you can take this board and you can make that wall light up in sparkling LEDs, or you can take an accelerator, and like they do with the Wii, and you can actually create these devices yourself by understanding with very, very little ramp-up time. You can learn this very quickly. You can actually take your idea and turn it into an invention.
And this product's going to be at the event?
Yes, it's very small, and you'd be really surprised how insignificant it looks, but it packs a punch.
Wow. Well, this sounds great. Is there anything that you guys wanted to add?
I just hope that people decide to come. It's going to be March 20th, Friday, from 6:30 to 8 o'clock, and we're looking to have a crowd of people, families that just want to have fun together. There's no cost, so you can't help but come, show up, stay as long as you can, show up when you can.
It sounds fantastic. And like she said, everybody go out to the Family Science and Invention Night. And it was nice talking to you, Cindy Sepultura and Rich Andrews. And I'm Brianna Wright, and back to the Eagle's Eye.